Yo, what's up? What up? What up? What up? What up? We back. Episode 2, LA the King versus Showydagreat Sports Pod. And it's your boy LA the King, and I'm here with my dog, Showydagreat. What's good, bro?
What's going on? What's going on? I know if y'all tuned in last week, y'all seen how I killed them. I was taking it easy on them, but I might turn it up on them this week. It was the first ep.
Man, hey, 1-0. I know y'all seen the trailer out there. Somebody said, yo, the trailer looked like I was the champ, you know.
Yeah, I know he made that trailer, right?
Look, that's the studios that did that.
Yeah, he be in the studio.
The studios did that and stuff, but yeah, it was good first week, man. Good first pod. What you thought about that first pod? Pretty good.
I like how it felt. You know, the thing about sports is it's genuine. You ain't got to overdo it. You ain't got to try to be nothing. It's just two dudes talking about sports. It's good with the crowd because everybody got their opinion. It's a whole shared experience.
Yeah. And I'm gonna share the link for anybody that's joining us. Like I said, you can request to come on. You click the link. It's gonna lead you to where you got to go, and come argue with us, come debate with us. And I as we get more people in, I remind them because we want to hear some takes from y'all, some opinions. Tell us where we wrong, we right. It's like calling in. What's the old 1-800 223-9797. When you call it, they used to
damn shame, that number by heart's programmed into your psyche.
Ain't that crazy? And I ain't live in New York in 13 years.
I ain't live in New York ever. I was from Jersey listening to Hot 97.
Yeah, Hot 97. No, I mean 1-800-223-9797.
My little brother said that number last time I was home. We was chilling and he had took the mic at a cookout and said 1-800-223.
Hey, that joint crazy, but we gonna hop into it. Like I said, if we get people in, I'm gonna post up the link inviting people to join. Let me copy that right now. Nah, I mean, and we gonna get right into it, Con. So Milwaukee Bucks, 2021 NBA champs.
I'm gonna do it like Joe Buttons do. Hold on, we're gonna start there now. You want to start straight with the Bucks? Like you don't want to ease into. All right, let's go with the Bucks then.
Yo, so what's your opinion on the Bucks? Winning the title, Greek getting his first title. His legend is growing, so he passed up. To me, he passed up a lot of people in the all-time list now. Now he's got two MVPs, a final MVP, and a championship before 26.
I can say this: it's funny how a win changed your whole perception that quick. Like before he won that title, they were saying that he wasn't the number one on his team. Was it Middleton? Did he need another player that could lead him? And whatever the case may be. And just last year, they're saying like, man, we had a whole. You back? You there? You can hear me?
Yeah, I hear you was breaking up. My bad. I had a little technical difficulty on my end.
Yeah, I know you was hearing me. I was just basically saying it's funny how one win can catapult it and change the whole trajectory of your career or how people see you. Like, just last year, people were saying he couldn't get it done in the playoffs, and he was a regular season player. You can't win without a jumper. I'm gonna get to you later on that. You can't win without a jumper. Middleton was
one. We're gonna get into that because you thought you were trying to. You just wanted to argue with me on that point.
I checked you through text. We're gonna get there. But
but you go ahead.
Yeah,
man.
I'm even watching the announcers. I'm not even on you yet. I'm just watching the announcers, and I see they changed their tune. They was talking about he not a number one, he not a this, he not a that, and now they talking about skipping him up on all-time list. And is he better than this guy? Did he pass up this person? Is he the face of the league? So it's just how quick that perception can change. So our first takeaway from that finals It's how great it's done for Giannis's legend and his career. Like he's on. It's how far you want to take it now. Like he's right there. He can go up or down. Well, they putting him up so high, he can only crash down, but it's only so far he could go. And a big thing that you was talking about is he comfortable now. He don't got to leave Milwaukee. He can stay there, or he can go as he please. He don't owe him nothing no more. He can leave if he wants. He can stay if he wants. So this is a big relief off his shoulder.
Yeah. It's like I said, what they always say, that monkey off his back, and I like to, I give me my flowers when I know I'm right. You know what I mean? Now you won't get that talk of oh, should he be traded? Can he win a championship with Chris Middleton? Chris Middleton, shows up, look like Jordan one time, then come back looking like Kyle Kuzma on the next. So with Greek, like I said, having him win that title, yeah, pretty much he's gonna retire in Milwaukee. He's not like it's no need for him to leave Milwaukee. He got a title. He don't seem like the kid that want to be out in LA, New York, or any of that. And eventually, now, if he left eventually after years, how would you feel about that? Or do you think hey, just be like Kobe, do 20 years with one team?
Well, that's the option he got now. Like if he values that persona for his, maybe that's the image he wants. Everybody got a brand. He want to be the legacy guy, the legend that stays at home. You can follow the Kobe route, the Steph Curry, the Dirk Nowitzki, or you can go with the new age, like, oh, I did my time here. I moved around. I didn't move to get my championship. I'm moving for lifestyle now. You never know where he might be at in 10, 15 years. He might want to, pursue
he's
another
still
career.
Young. He 26 years old. You see, he had the quote of what was the quote that he could have went to another team and did a super team, but basically they built it there from the ground up. My opinion on that though is like he make it seem like his team was it's like the Warriors, the way the Warriors were built, before KD. They were built and grown. They had some slip ups, even though it was by injury. Jabari Parker, remember, he was supposed to be better than Greek.
Allegedly.
He was the number 2 pick in the draft.
He's projected to be.
Yeah, but 2 ACL surgeries and Greek being Greek, but 2 ACL surgeries don't even let you get a chance. And now he barely holding on in the league. But they got Middleton right. They got Greek right, way right. And they, got the championship. But let's not act like, I had a person try to argue with me saying, oh, this is comparable to the Dirk title. And saying that basically he the only superstar. Yeah, he's the only superstar, but he has 2 other stars. Like Middleton's, what is he, like 4-time All-Star now or something like that?
Comparable to the Dirk Nowitzki type?
Yeah, like
first, wait. Let me interject because I'm a Dirk Nowitzki aficionado. In case y'all don't know, Lee, I used to argue Dirk way back before it was fashionable. I was telling him Dirk was better than Carmelo. I used to take these arguments with people back in the day when Carmelo was in his game.
Dirk was hey, and I got a few things against. I had somebody tell me Dame was in the top 5 today.
Okay, we're gonna get to all of that. I'm glad that topic is in. So I wanted to get on that so bad.
Hey,
but
somebody told me Dame, but we focused for a little bit. Yeah, we focused a little bit on the what's the name. But I'm just some of this stuff that came out today that I after the gym.
I want to talk about that too. But anywho. Dirk Nowitzki's title. Let's start with this. One, he's been there. He was there way longer than Greek was. So it was a bit more of a build-up. It was a test of loyalty. We don't know if Greek would have stayed that long. Of course, you're going to sign your first contract and your second contract at the place. We don't know if he would have stayed around year 15 or something like that to win the title. If he'd have lost about 7 more years, we don't know if he would have still been here. So that's one. Dirk was around way longer than him at that point.
Yeah.
But 2, he got, not to take nothing away, but we comparing it to the Dirk run. Dirk's finals run was one of the most impressive final runs because 1, he was on the back 9 of his career. He was getting old. 2, Middleton and Drew Holiday was way more help than what Dirk actually had on that team from a scoring standpoint or anything. His next best player was Jason Terry. who was who was a streaky dude who can get hot. He might hit you for 17.
He had a bunch of old star players.
Like
Sean
old
Marion,
Stojakovic, like those people wasn't even doing at that point. I don't think any of them averaged 10.
J Kidd was on year 16 or something like that. He was ready to retire.
Basically, a coach on the floor. He helped good on the defense, good hands, set the offense up. He was a coach on the floor, extension of the coach, but he wasn't. He was way past the triple double, big time J Kidd we knew. But yeah, Drew Holiday was way an upgrade from what Kidd was at that point. There was no Middleton where you could rely on to go for 40 or go for a consistent 20 or this, that. So that's out. Even like having Brook Lopez at the center and like people who can go for 30 on any given, like if you take them out, if you take Greek out, like he missed those last 2 games, they can still, if them people play on top of their game, they can still sneak you a game or two. That team wouldn't have won a damn thing without Dirk Nowitzki out there.
Yeah.
Secondly, the competition. As much as I love this championship and I love Greek, if you're going to compare it to that, they did get past an injured Nets team. They got past an injured Nets. Then they played the Atlanta Hawks. And then they played the young upstart. The Phoenix Suns pretty good. But Dirk went through the Miami Heat super team with Wade, Bosh, and LeBron in his prime. He beat Kobe Bryant coming off a back-to-back title. He beat the champions Kobe Bryant. He beat Durant. He beat the up-and-coming Thunder. It's not even comparable to what they went through.
That run was crazy. And like I said, Greek, he get all the flowers, today because that was a monster game. 50 points in the closeout. And when you're second and third best player, I think they shot 10 to 30, 32 from the field. Drew Holiday itself was 4 of 19.
Let me say this too. Drew Holiday played like 3 good playoff games. He stunk it up. He played good defense, so it hit, but he stunk it up a lot. He's playing for that amount of money he got.
Yeah. Like and then look, he a champion. PJ Tucker, PJ Tucker went on the tour. He beating all his former teammates, Trevor Ariza with the Heat. Who they played in that second round? Oh, Brooklyn, Harden, third round, Capella, and then in the finals, CP3.
Yeah, that was pretty good, and he got lucky because I heard he was trying to. I don't mean not being mistaken, but I'm pretty sure he was trying to get to the Nets at first. Anyway, that was his first choice. He thought he was going to be on the Nets. He said.
Probably, look, but he averaged a little 1 to 2 points a game in that finals. Hey, but he had champ and stuff. So, like I said, Milwaukee, congratulations on that title run. Let's hop into the comments because we got our girl Paris in here. Said this their first time winning a championship. Sounds like they trashed to me. It is what first time in 50 years.
Woman's opinion on basketball.
We know. Look, it's hard to win a title first, and then to come like it's just tough to win a title. But I know it felt good. I remember I used to live in Wisconsin, and I swear nobody talked basketball to me back then. Baseball and football.
That definitely wasn't a basketball town. Probably was there.
Packers, they talk Packers, Badgers, and Brewers. That's it. Now they, I see these people posting, all this stuff about basketball up in Wisconsin. Y'all not slick. I see y'all out there, bro.
And secondly, when they be saying stuff like that, like this team hasn't won a title, these players wasn't on there for 50 years and 100 years ago. They just got there. Like Greek only been there 7 years. Drew Holiday been there 1 year. This don't affect.
Their last championship was 1971. That's when they had Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Lou Alcindor, and Oscar Robertson. I mean, how can they win? How can they just now win a championship? They've been around forever. And my boy Candy, what's up, bro? Yeah, so like I said, I posted that link. Any of y'all want to come on?
For when the real debate start, when I get to cursing them out and yelling. If y'all want to be in the middle of it.
This is right. I'm like, this is light right now.
Yeah, we're getting cordial right now. When we get to these other topics, these Dame topics and stuff, I got some.
No, because we're going to get into it right now because with Greek winning 26, 2 MVPs, title, Does it change your opinion? And don't give me that, because you give me that little cliche of like, oh, if I'm him, yeah, I think that. Of course, they think that. They ain't think he the best. Like,
Not all the
I
time.
don't think he the best.
He just told you during the net series he thought KD was the best in the world.
Man, like he just be modest. He said that about LeBron. Like,
He said that because he ain't won a title yet. But if you ask him now, it's probably
yeah, but is Greek the best player in the league right now? Everybody's saying that he won once you, and it seemed like once whoever won the title, they giving that player, like if it's a top player, they giving them the crown. So it's switching out. When LeBron and the Lakers won in 2020, it's like, oh, he's still the best Finals MVP. Is Greek right now the best player in the NBA? And then what's
all of that?
What's your top five?
I'm gonna get to that. But what you saying, all of that, I'm still gonna say if I'm Greek, I feel like I'm the best. Nah, but no, my thing is seriously, and I'm glad you said top five because it's a criteria, right? To say who's
and also, yo, don't give me that. Whoever, no, I want it 1 through 5. What's your top five?
I'm getting there. I'm explaining what goes into my five, if you don't mind. So you say top five. We can't go by who win it this year. Are you the best player? Unless it was like, let's say we thought LeBron and Kevin Durant was 1A, 1B, and then one of them won it this year. So now that was the deciding factor. Like, all right, they just played head to head. We couldn't decide. Now you got a new contender just stepped up into the mix. He always was in my top five. I've been saying that for the last 2-3 years. But now I feel like we gotta not do, we can't be prisoners of the moment and move somebody from year to year, because every year somebody different wins. So let's say Booker would have won this year. We ain't gonna say CP3 the best player in the league or Booker was the best player in the league. So one, it has to be somebody with the credentials who was already.
To me, I label that as one of the A+ guys, the top tier guys.
You gotta be one of them guys. First of all, you got to be in the runnings. And now, if Booker would have won, we would have kept our eye out to see if he can elevate into one of those guys. He don't got no MVPs yet. He don't got no scoring titles. You know, it would have been somebody to keep an eye on. He would have gotten that, start moving his way to that conversation. But back to what we was talking about. Now, with me, I feel like you got to have resume. So I wasn't fond of LeBron's season this year. Like, he lost early. LeBron lost early. He went out in the first round. But me knowing who he is, I still give him the consideration because his history. So I can only move him out if I think he fell off out of that top five. So with that being said, with Greek, he was already there. And
you do realize KD only played one more round than them. But
no, that's what, all that being considered. That's what I'm saying. But I mean, it was a bit different impact. One dude was scoring 50s and doing all it, looking like a hero. The other dude was limping around. But
one dude was healthy, the other wasn't.
Okay, we can use the reason. When last seen, one looked like a hero, one looked like a zero. No, but when you look at it, you can't throw their whole resumes out the. So long as they still playing at that kind of level. So with that being said, is I still pretty much got the same top three I've been had. I always had Greek at 3. Still got him at 3. I got him at now I didn't have him at 3. I had him at like 5. I probably slid him up to 3. My 1 is either. I used to have KD, LeBron, and Curry. However you want to slice it, top 3. Everybody has their different order. Now I still got Steph, KD. I got Greek. That's my top 3 now. I got in the 4.
It's tough because I'm gonna go ahead and let you finish. Then I'm gonna come on.
You could go ahead and say it because I was processing like, damn,
yeah.
4 or 5.
We're gonna go. Candy say Milwaukee's not winning next year. He got Greek at number 2, so he goes KD, Greek, LeBron, Steph, Luka, and it's crazy because I named my top 5 and I didn't even think of Luka, and I had Luka at first, but then now I also got to consider like, bro, you ain't out the playoffs in the first round 2 years, but then I'm like, he only been in the league 3 years now,
and he played a real contender both times. He played the Clippers both times.
Yeah, he played the Clippers both times. But then I'm like, so mine's I jumped Greek up to number 1.
You got him the best player in the league right now? His
I did
credentials
it.
are long enough, and he's currently on top. So he done enough to be the best player in the league. Right?
Yeah, to me it was, especially like the 2 seasons before he had the MVP.
Yeah, I'm not arguing with it. And now
And now he got the title. And what's the name? Wherever war of attrition, he survived. His team survived. Teams got hurt. That's just the way the cookie crumbled. Do I think if injuries was off, they would have won? Nah, I don't think that. But that's stuff you got to take into account. So and I'm gonna keep. You might be like, oh, what? So I'm gonna go Greek 1.
I don't like how you're starting right now, but go ahead.
KD 2, LeBron 3, Steph 4. I had Harden, but then Harden. I don't know, like more passive Harden to me, even though he's still dictating, like he's still doing his thing. But I like
He's
scoring
reduced by
Harden.
his role. He reduced by his role.
Yeah,
So.
that's what I'm saying. Like going there, like you said, I was surprised he did that. Like, but then I think I got Luka at 5 over Harden. You know, like I said, but then that's why you got to take into consideration what Luka could do and him carrying Dallas. But I'm like, I seen Harden, like you said,
The same thing and got further doing it.
Yeah,
he got bad first round matchups. We seen Harden further, and he got
but knowing like I would take Harden. So I'm gonna take Harden. Harden is my 5. Luka 6.
Harden and Luka is pretty comparable on the court. So I just go. They do the same thing. They both hold the ball, create the whole offense, passing, shooting. So I'm gonna go with the guy with the most accomplishments thus far. For now.
So Luka 6, Kawhi 7. If I can name it.
Where you getting with Embiid and Jokic? Where they coming in?
I put Jokic at 8. Me personally, I'm still going AD at 9, and then Lillard at 10.
So who you got? You got AD over Embiid and Jokic?
No, I got Jokic at 8 and AD at 9. Jokic MVP, AD a champ. But then when you
got Embiid behind both of them.
I got Embiid at 11.
Who 10?
Dame. I got Dame at 10. But then this is a question, right? Because I'm like, all right, how do you weigh that person that's good as a number 2, but they still got star qualities? They got the superstar qualities, but they better off as a 1A, 1B type of star, like
a guy like AD, who talent for talent is better than these people.
Yeah,
but AD, as a lead dog, it don't seem to accomplish as much as a Dame would.
Yeah, AD and Kyrie, I'd look at it as
Kyrie like that too.
So like how do you take that away from them and jump the people up like that are leading their teams? Because even when AD was leading, he did get to the second round.
Yeah, he got there to once. See, I think at that point, the title though. So I don't want to disrespect AD's role because he wasn't like a. That's
what I'm saying.
He was a comparable 1A 1B. He wasn't like
that wasn't at that point. It wasn't a 2, and then I think injuries and maybe he lost that fire to start the year.
You know what's sad?
But he got that title. That's why I wouldn't put Embiid over him.
Okay, see, here's what's funny. I think as a 2, AD is better. I'd rather have AD with LeBron than Dame in them.
And you keep hearing like, oh, these people talking about something. They should trade AD for Dame. I'm like, bro, did y'all just forget that he just won a title?
And y'all must have forgot how much you losing on the defensive end. Him switching the pick and rolls, him shot blocking, like that had a big part. Him rebounding, all of that plays a big part. You go down there, you rolling the defense, you rolling a lot. You changing the whole formation of the team now. There's no inside scoring. There's no advantage no more. It's all skill now. Like you change the whole makeup. That means Dame got to be playing like that every game. You know, it's more than just scoring, which AD give you 27 points a game anyway. But so to answer your question, the title was kind of throw me off. But you know what? We got Dame over Kyrie because how he led on his own. So I think in fairness, I would have to put Dame over. It's like Harden. You got Harden over AD for the same reason. You think he's a better individual on his own. He can go a little further.
Well, but he also got the resume, like the long resume
stuff too. Right?
Yeah, like he got
scoring titles, MVPs, led the league in assists. He done a lot.
But with Kyrie, it was always like when he got with LeBron, he was that star, but LeBron was still like above. Like you said, when you come to me, LeBron don't lead his team in scoring. LeBron led those Cavs in scoring and led them in everything. So AD could have been considered like the best player last year to somebody, arguably, but Kyrie was trash before him. Then he had all that bad history.
Hold on.
Not personally.
His team accomplishments was
trash. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
He was a young button star.
He never got to the playoffs. AD carried his team to the playoffs.
I don't like when y'all say that though, because y'all act like it wasn't his first 2 years in the league, which LeBron didn't make the playoffs to his third year. Like he was a young star, he was on the upcome. It's not like he was never going to make the playoffs.
He got drafted. He was in the league for 4 years when he got to his first playoffs.
When LeBron got there, that was his fourth year.
Yeah, he got drafted in 2011, and then he got to that finals run. That was 2015.
Okay, but yeah, so he had 3 bad years of not making the playoffs, but you know he would have made the playoffs. You act like he wasn't going to make the play. Well, he went to the Celtics right after that and made the playoffs.
They were pretty good, and look, he got hurt.
Good. So basically, if you get him a good supporting cast, you know he can make the playoffs.
They got hurt though,
but he got hurt in the regular season to already get them in the playoffs. They was a top team when Kyrie was there. Wasn't they the number 1 team in the East before he got hurt when he first was there?
Look, there was a top team with Isaiah there.
My point was, don't try to act like he can't get to the playoffs. He's been in the playoffs every year since he left LeBron. So if you get him good teams, he'll get to the playoffs.
Look, was he in the playoffs every year? If he ain't playing the game.
Oh, here you go. Get that out.
Look, you got to finish your top.
I was hoping to get off the hook. I thought you moved on. Top 5. I'm going to go. It's hard for me to choose Steph or Durant, flip a coin, but okay, I'll take Durant 1, Steph 2, Giannis 3. Who rounded out your top
5? LeBron. LeBron, Curry.
You know Harden. What? I'm gonna go LeBron 4. I'm gonna give it because the ankle's still murky and his resume is too crazy. I'm not gonna move him out my 5 yet. I'm gonna give LeBron 4. In that 5th spot, I could go with Jokic for MVP. I'm going
Harden. So you move Jokic up over Luka because of the MVP. So you considering Jokic number 6 then?
I got Jokic and Luka on the same level, but because Jokic won his MVP first and he's been further in the playoffs, I'm gonna respect that because they both on the same level. They both putting up crazy stats. I'm not saying I would take Jokic over Luka if I was picking a team, but if I'm looking at resumes and naming players, I think it's fair to put Jokic at 6 and put Luka behind.
Okay. I put out my top 10. Greek, KD, LeBron, Curry, Harden, Luka, Kawhi, Jokic, AD, and Dame. My top 10.
Then I got a funny order from that 3. I'm gonna go probably Dame. I'm gonna go Embiid, then Dame. And who you have at 10? You had AD?
I had Dame. I got AD at 9, Joker at 8, Kawhi at 7.
Yeah, I'll go AD at 10.
So you ain't have Kawhi in there, huh?
Yeah, I think I put him at 6, 7. Oh, I didn't.
No.
Ooh. All right, put Kawhi at 8 since he got a ring. Then Dame, then Embiid. I'm punishing AD for injuries. He's on the outside. He's right outside of 10, 11, honorable mention.
Hey, like I said, any of y'all that are joining, we appreciate y'all looking out. This is Elliot King versus Showydagreat Sports Pod, episode number 2.
I wish we could put a list on there, put our list down there, had them vote on whose top 10 list was better.
You know mine is, but like I said, we so far we discussed the finals. Greek, you know, what the impact it does for his career, where he currently ranks. I moved him up into my top. Show got him at number 3 behind KD and Curry. And
hold on, Lee. Did I let you skip by? Do you got LeBron at 4? You had LeBron at 3 or 4 now?
3.
Oh, you got him at 3 now? Is that your real official? LeBron's the 3rd best player in the league today? Yeah. That's your real ranking?
Yeah, I put Greek and KD ahead of him.
All right.
You know, now he can't see, like back in the day it used to be like I would argue at the death, like, you know, like, nah, he's best player, but at some point you got to come to the realization he ain't about to be in year 19. Like, it's not a bad thing to say this 19-year vet.
Oh, it's great if he's still in the top 10.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, to say like this 19-year-old vet that's 30, about to be 37, is in the top 10 in the NBA with a bunch of young, talented, you know, stars. You know, it happens. Father Time is still undefeated. He, you know, I'm not gonna penalize him and drop him out of the top 5 because he got hurt. A dude rolled up on his ankle. Before that, he was number 1 and number 2 in the MVP discussion, and it was before him and AD both went down. It was number 2 in the West. So it's he's still there, and that's coming off a championship. So, and I
got him a pendant 4. We'll see if he moves up or down.
And they probably would have caught Utah with best record in the NBA if they stayed healthy.
I don't think they cared enough. I think eventually they would have slacked off. Utah was trying to win every game. Young team, something to prove.
Nah, but I think LeBron wanted that MVP, so he was like, the oldest dude to do it. But then once AD got hurt, and then once he went down, like, it was a wrap. Like, it was a wrap. So I want to shift gears. Like, let's get into the questions. Then I want to shift gears to that the college players finally getting paid. But first we're gonna get into some of the comments. Booch, what's up, bro? Jay Gray, what's up, Jamaica? She says all of them are great picks, but most of them have issues with staying healthy.
Yeah, you can factor that in to move people up or down too.
Yeah, and championship caliber. My cousin Harold says, does Holiday get any credit for the job he done? I mean,
how much credit does he get?
He get better credit for being better than Eric Bledsoe.
Yeah, I mean, he was a good enough piece to bring them over the top, but let's not act like he's an all-star in the league or one of the top point guards. He did his job.
Yeah, like he did his job, but like I said, there was a lot of games he shot terrible. I wonder what was his shooting percentage in the playoffs.
It was terrible. We're gonna give him credit for the impact he made defensively.
Yeah,
defensively, he plays down the stretch, but he wasn't amazing.
Defensively, he like a rock because he's 6'4", solid. You know, moves his feet well. You know, great impact on that end, and you know he could go on, especially any of those guards. Get on Booker. You know, get on CP. So
he's one of those guys that make your team better for it. He's not a lead dog. He's not a superstar, but your team is always going to be better if you got a guy like that on it.
Yeah. So he definitely, like I said, he's the third best player on their team now. Like, I mean, he did his job. He did, you know, he had that one game where he went off, and I think he probably like 13 and 19 shooting or whatever. Might have been even better than that. You know, I think he scored. That's when he scored like 18 in the first quarter.
Yeah, he don't need no more credit. He got that big paycheck. That was a high ass paycheck for what he did. So he got enough credit.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm not like I said, he did his thing. Good job. Congrats. Now look, him and AD was teammates, and now they both champs. They had to get away from New Orleans.
Yeah, with 2 top ring guys.
Yeah. So, and then Yeah, like in the postseason, Drew Holiday shot 40% from the field, and that's after shooting 50% in the regular season, yeah, and 30% from three.
Shoot, I feel like he fixed that 40% because there was some games he was shooting crazy.
Yeah, it had to be, like I said, and he averaged 17 points. 8 assists. He was up in assists, so that's good. But
Yeah, he did his
he
job.
averaged 17 in the what's name. But like I said, he did his thing.
Fourth best guard in the series. So,
Boot said you finally came around, late. LOL. Why? Because I finally took LeBron out the top spot. Look, Nick
yeah,
Wright did
you
that
done that.
too.
You know,
I think
you've been
Nick
cleaning
Wright just
that.
Nick Wright. I think just wanted to be
He wanted to seem fair. I think he
yeah.
wanted to throw a separation in between KD and LeBron, so he just went and threw. He didn't want to say KD was the best, so he threw Giannis in front.
And defense win championships. My cousin said.
No, it don't. But
Hey,
if a team with the top player who scores at will and they happen to play defense, that's the team that wins. The team with Kobe, LeBron, Shaq, Michael Jordan, that's the team that wins championship.
he guarded all the best players on the other team. He's a key player. He played his role, and that's how the chemistry pays off. That's correct. Holiday have to earn his keep, and he has potential. But let's switch it up real quick, because like I said, I want to get into talking about what is the national NIL, where basically college players now could get paid for being out there. And the big thing was Master P's son got a $2 million endorsement, probably from his father's company or son that his father probably bought, more than likely. But no, but seriously, that's dope. Congrats to him. One, I'm all for players getting paid. I wanted to get paid back when I was in college. I used to have the argument, with your boy Don Knobloch, where he was telling me like, oh, they give me free education. I'm like, bro, if I had the choice when we was coming out of high school or any of that, hey, go to this place as like a minor league to learn your skills, or go to college. I'm not going to college. I'm going to go play football and work at this thing to get to the league, and they're gonna if they pay me. Would you have done that, or would you have went to school?
As man, when we was coming up,
So
you met us. You met me
it's
in
basic.
college. We were so big on Florida State.
But it's basically like now how some of the kids is going to the G League instead of going to Duke or North Carolina or Kansas or any of those.
You going in and out.
You said I'm going in and out. Can you hear me good now?
Yeah, you was going in and out. You was freezing, and then you was coming in and out.
Oh, so you hear me good now?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, I can hear you. You still froze on the screen a little bit.
Oh, yeah. Hold on.
Can you hear me, Claire?
Yeah, I hear you now. So,
all right. What I was
hey,
what I was saying,
go.
basically, we were so fixated on
Go ahead.
like big colleges and going to Florida State and going to Notre Dame or oh, I was saying we were so fixated back then on going to one of those big colleges and going to Miami or going to Notre Dame or going to Florida State, somewhere like that. It was a dream of mine since a 5-year-old. You know what I'm saying? So I looked at that like the pros before the pros. So it would have had to been a lot of money to talk me out of feeling that feeling of going to D1, me personally, because it was like a stepping stone. I wanted to be on NCAA video game and all that. You know, that was a big thing for us. And so I don't know if I'd have went. Now we were talking millions, and I thought they gave me the exact same chance to go to the league. I would have done that. But if I wouldn't have sacrificed my league chance. I wouldn't have sacrificed my league chance to go get that little bit of money. If I had to know that it was on par and it was looking. Can you hear me? You there?
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah,
But
so
yeah,
I'm a, like
what you saying?
so with me, like it's like I said, I was trying to say, so it's like the choices that where they getting $500,000 to go play in the G League now, or go instead of going to Duke, Kentucky, or any of those D1 schools. You see Jalen Green take that and go in the G League. You see LaMelo go overseas from when he was in high school. They had an 11th grader that went to the G League too. Left and he going to play in the G League. Like me personally, like especially basketball, football, there's no good minor league system, so you can't really do that. But get back to the paying for the player part. Now like they getting these endorsements. Uh, the Alabama, he ain't even been named the starting quarterback yet. Is it Bryce Young or something like that? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I believe that's his name.
I think it is Bryce Young or something like that, where he's got almost $1 million in endorsements, and he ain't even named the starter. He ain't even started a game yet in his career. And he's already got, and that's just on the fact of being potentially the Alabama starting quarterback.
Which makes sense too. And a quick throwback to what you said about Don Knobloch with his statement. When you looking at it from the people who's already in position of power's point of view, like when you say they gave you free education, they're not giving you nothing. You're making that organization, you're making that college, you making the NCAA as a whole, you're bringing in so much money with your star power. Paying for your
Yeah,
education is crumbs to what you're making. That's nothing. That's not a fair trade-off.
yeah,
That's not a fair trade-off for how much money you bring into the school, and basically you bringing in NFL type publicity and money, and you're not getting none of it. Like these coaches are millionaires, and you saying that a kid, because he's getting an education, that he's not 9 out of 10 times not even going to get the degree. These kids not even staying. What's the education? They only staying for as many years as they allowed to leave. So it's like they
yeah.
don't even need the education. Actually, the education is in the way. A lot of times kids fell out, or they flunk, or they grade point average. You put obstacles in their way because you got to get a GPA to stay up there. Like if kids had it their way, they wouldn't even want to take class. Class is in the way of you pursuing your real profession. A lot of people are not there for a degree. Those kids, when you're that talented, you don't go to school for a degree. You go to school because you're trying to get to the NFL, and you're actually in my way with this GPA and these classes and me studying, and you're taking away from what I could be doing as a straight athlete. So that's not a plus. Like these kids ain't there to be a rocket science. They're there to go to the pros. Like that's actually in their way.
and
So you can take
and
that. You have to give me the cash. I don't need your education.
just like going, if you go into college to be a doctor, like you are studying your career.
Yeah, we
That's
know
when you
sports. We
go.
don't.
You're.
I don't
That's
want
what I'm
you.
saying. Like I'm focused. I want my career to be sports. Why can't I focus on that? They tell you like, oh, go get this trade go to this school, you can get a trade. So you going to the school to develop a trade, and whatever you want to do, HVAC, mechanic, you go develop that. But you telling me if I want to develop my career as a football player, basketball player, soccer player, baseball player, I got to go to this school and do that plus school and learn something that I don't. That's
I'm
not
not
my career.
passionate about
Like,
and or care.
yeah, like why couldn't my major be football?
Yeah, that's what I'm here for. All the other stuff is only here to hurt me. It's in my way. And if you pay me
Yeah,
enough, I don't want to hear that. Well, if sports don't work out, you can do this. If you pay me enough, I can go back to college on my own. If my career don't pan out after that, I can use that
and guess
money and pay for my education.
and guess what? If you don't get to the NFL or you don't make it in what's the name, you can still go back to college and you'll just be like the rest of the people that take out student loans. You
Exactly.
know,
Or you don't have
and
to, because let's say that guy who got the $1 million endorsement, the quarterback for Alabama, if it don't work out for him, you use some of that $1 million and you take your ass back to college if that's what you want to do.
yeah. Let's get into because Boots said a point can be made for both sides. We see how the student loan debt crisis has become such a problem. It reached Congress finally. You're blessed if you don't have any loan debt, and if you picked a halfway decent major, you can parlay that into a comfortable life. And I like back when I was in college, University at Buffalo. Uh, I always like I want the money, I want them to give us some type of money. They gave us $300 for staying there for a whole summer. Like, what is that gonna do? Like for us, like to eat. Like I'm living off campus, so you got rent. You can't live in the dorms during the what's the name? You got to find somewhere. They give you $300, a little stipend. But that ain't do nothing. I know it raised, since then, but that did nothing for us. But like I said, I'm now, like I said, the big thing wouldn't happen right away. Master P, son, like I said, came out. I talked to you about it. I'm happy. I want, any of the black people out there to go get that money any which way you possible. I didn't like him being the face on the strength of like who is like his dad.
You ain't
To
think he was
me,
the athlete to do it. We just talking about him because he's Master P son.
yeah, and he got that on the strength of his dad name, not on his talent. He's going to Tennessee State. He wasn't like he's a 3-star recruit. Could have went somewhere else. For basketball, but he wasn't like he's not that dude. He's not that. So, and I want to see it. What's the value of a 3-star recruit that's going to Buffalo, or something. You know what I mean? So
You
a
know what
lower
though?
D1. Because his value isn't the true market value for that type of
No,
prospect.
no, no. But his value as Master P's son going to a black college probably is
Yeah, and
because
and
he's Master P's
he got,
son and he's bringing exposure to that black college, so that might be his work there. If he went to like
yeah.
Duke or something, he probably shouldn't get nowhere near.
Yeah, but I just wanted to see like what's tell me some of the 3 stars that's like okay, yo, I'm a 3-star going to this. They probably ain't getting nothing,
Not no
truthfully.
endorsements. They probably get basic like people. I've seen where some people are paying people for interviews. Like it's one website, I forgot what school, and they paying like $10,000 for people to do their interviews or whatever throughout the year or speak at certain places and things of that nature. So if it's somewhere that got a flat rate or something, he's definitely not a $2 million endorsement type of kid. Like it's hard to get that as a pro.
Yeah,
There's no way he should get that, especially he's not even going to a big school. He's going to a black college.
yeah, you know, but it's like I said,
Congratulations
it's
to him, though.
yeah, and like I said, no hate on him. Go get your money. Any which way you could do it because, like I said, it's been so long that that white people, use their connections to get their kids, into places, and so it's no shame for Master P to do that himself.
Oh yeah,
That's
and even
that's the
though
way
it's a
it's
white
supposed to
issue,
be.
really, rich people's been using their connections to get their kids into everything.
Yeah,
You got that money, it don't even matter.
yeah. So and that's how they keep it in the family, and all that. But like I said, it's it's crazy. Like, what if dude don't even play for Alabama? Like, if he got beat out or something for the starting spot by because they getting 5-star recruits.
Well, I guess that's the same threat as if a top guy come into the league and you give him a sneaker contract and he end up being a bust or he end up not playing. So it's a
Yeah,
risk either way. But shoot, I know he good because he might not make it to the pros. I think this is good though because people who don't make it to the pros, they got something out of their career. Now you're getting paid for being a top high school player.
yeah,
Basically, your high school career is bartering you to money. You at
yeah.
least get something off the deal. Like imagine if you got to college and you couldn't cut it, but you at least started off with a good financial gain. You at least started off on a good foundation. You made some money out of being a good athlete. So everybody ain't gonna make it to the pros. So kudos to everybody that's stealing money before they make it. When people think they overrate them and think they're better than what they are.
Now, like I said, that college football, which is about to come up, the one it's good. Football season about to come. We ready for that because we got the big fantasy. We in 2 fantasies together. Drop
Woo!
a good chunk of change on those fantasies.
I've been working
If
out
you
for fantasy
win,
football.
it's good. They got some. Who's some sleepers? You can't use Cam Akers as a sleeper because Cam
That
Akers
hurt, man. Because
has tore his Achilles and is going to be out for the year.
that hurt for guys who want to go after receivers first, or guys who do the receiver. Cam Akers was one of those sleepers where, you get down to the 4th round and you need a back because you took the top 3 damn receivers in the league in your first 3 picks. You got Tyreek Hill and for Leroy, Julio Jones, or whoever the case may be. Now you need a back. That was a good little sneaky back that could get you more production than you thought. So anytime a back go down, it hurts because it just feel like around quicker. You got to pick a back before you end up with nothing. But I don't know, man. I'm still debating. I got the number one pick. It's not in your league. It's in the other league we do. And I just read something. I'm thinking like, man, Henry looking good, but I can't find it in my heart to take him over the great Dalvin Cook, who I had last year, man. Dalvin Cook. If y'all own Dalvin Cook out there, anybody who had Dalvin Cook, he was amazing, man. But I'm sure if you own Henry, he was amazing. But it's like, I don't know what to do, man. I don't know what to do with that number one pick.
Yeah, I got the number 13 and number 14 picks. So both in my two leagues, both my teams will probably look identical. I'm definitely going receiver first because when you got 13 and 14, the running backs is pretty much it's dry. Like
it don't even matter. You might as well just catch them.
It don't matter the league. Most time running backs they off the board like this, So my strategy is, to see what receiver is laying there and stuff. And you win the 14 team leagues. If you ain't doing 14 teams, you ain't in the real fantasy.
I said it on that too. I don't like people talking about their fantasy team and then you talk to them and they got a zillion of the best players in the league all on one team. I'm like, we're playing with six people.
Eight league fantasy. I'm like, bro,
get out of here. That's no strategy. Get the hell out of here.
Yeah,
you got A-Rod on free agents. A-Rod free agent list.
Like, bro, you could pick them up, but it's. I think it's gonna be. It's a lot of deep. It's deep this year. It's deeper this year, especially if the rookies pan out to what they're supposed to be, because they got some good rookies that could come play right away.
Man, and that in your league, I got the 8th pick. My man Cook ain't gonna be there unless a miracle come down to me. So I'm thinking I'm Mahomes. If Mahomes there, he's gone. So Mahomes at the 8, you can't beat Mahomes. I want to take Mahomes at the 1 in the other league. I'm still debating it. It's like having Mahomes is like a get in the playoffs free card. So I was like, I don't want to throw away the playoffs. When Peyton was there, I can build a contender around Peyton anytime, and I feel like Mahomes got that kind of skill set. So I'm like, I could take him and then figure it out after that. I'm still there. I'm thinking about it. Like I get Mahomes and figure it out after that. I might take him first in both leagues.
Now, do you got have you thought about like prediction on who's gonna win the NFL this year? Who'll be the Super Bowl champ?
I ain't think about it, but off the top of my head, I'm just going whatever team's Mahomes on. I'm going the Chiefs in the AFC, and I'm gonna go. The Rams looking good to me. I like that defense, and I think Matthew Stafford is actually better than people think he is, and he's with a real team now.
But even losing a running back?
I don't think they was going to be that run-oriented anyway. I think they could put another back in there and at least be decent. It would have hurt it. It would have helped a lot to have Cam Akers, but I think that short passing game they got with Robert Woods and Cooper Kupp with Matthew Stafford there, if that defense play up the par, they still can get it done.
I'm who I'm gonna go with in the NFC. That NFC might be tough. The NFC is tougher than the AFC. Well, the NFC because it's. I don't know if I think the Bucks might be back in there. It's hard to count the goal out.
They feel real good, but everybody got to be hungry.
But it's hard to count the goal out, bro.
That defense over. I want to have a debate about how. Like I give him his credit for doing it, but I felt like 10 to 15 quarterbacks could have won in that situation. But I'm gonna give him his due because he's won before.
He won 5 times before.
Yeah, 5 times.
I'm gonna go. Dang, this is tough. Can my boy School with the Lions get it done?
Excuse me.
Hey, Bucks versus Bills.
Yeah, you would throw your Bills in. You the new Chris Berman. Every year you're gonna have the Bills in it.
Hey, no one circled the wagon like those Buffalo Bills.
Nobody circled them wagons like the Buffalo Bills.
Nah, for real.
This is actually the first time you said the Bills and they actually got a chance.
Yeah, and I used to keep it real. I didn't think they, not last year, the year before, but Doug McDermott is a good coach. Josh Allen improved dramatically. Less stupid turnovers. Like I said, he was a beast last year, and he was a great fantasy quarterback, bro. And
Before we
and
hold
that
on, let me cut you off
and
right
hold
there. I'm
on
no Bills
and
fan. Wait. I'm no Bills fan. I want everybody to know that I told Leroy when he didn't like Josh Allen. He used to dog that man about 2 years ago, and I said, "Give that man a chance. He the reason y'all winning." I was like, he actually came and turned y'all worth respectable. I was holding a Josh Allen flag for all y'all Buffalo fans that didn't approve of him and was dogging that good man. Now that he's played his way into a top quarterback, actually, if you want to start early, you could say top 10 because I'm not gonna let it get crazy. Because if you ranked him where he was really at, he played in the top 2 or 3 talent wise last year, but I'm not putting him there.
I give Mahomes, Rodgers, Brady, Allen.
I mean, if you go off his play, but I'm not moving nobody where off of that one season. If you go by that season, shit, he might be top 2 or 3 in the league. But I'm a wait it out, let him come back another
Hey,
game.
a couple of years ago, he sometimes he still do it. Like he make dumb mistakes, but he
As
cut
you
those
should,
down. He cut those down, and usually your completion rate percentage don't go from 50 something to 71.
He turned
You
into Big
know,
Ben overnight. He started
yeah,
playing like Big
like
Ben. All of a sudden, he was
yeah,
accurate.
it don't you don't do that like that. That was and look, trust me, I'm happy to be wrong. You know, I'm a Bills mafia to the end. I mean, but adding Emmanuel Sanders, getting more wide receiver depth is going to be clutch. I think our defense is going to be better. Leslie Frazier is the D coordinator, and like I said, our coaching staff is good. Like I said, we're in a good position. We coming for KC this year. Let them know.
Y'all came for him last year.
What I want to get at too. We're gonna jump back into basketball because I know you see potential Dame Lillard trades. Where do you think what's the best landing spot for him?
Portland. Nah, but you got to be careful when you move around because your comfort level and your role change. And once it don't work out, like how can I say this? Kevin Love, he was losing. He got to LeBron, he became a champion, but his trajectory took a hit. Like his legacy took a hit. Even if he was losing, he probably was going to end up in the Hall of Fame anyway. He was averaging 20 something, 15 points. He might have been a career loser, but we look at him different now. And with Dame, he's like a sympathetic figure. You get comfortable, you get traded somewhere, you don't win still. Now you look crazy. If you stay in Portland, at least you got that tag. You was the loyal guy. You did all you can. You could have easily. People already assume you could have moved around and won. But now, if you move, you got to cash that in. So I would say if he goes somewhere, you can't waste this move, and he got to go with somebody like he can't go to the Nets because they're already loaded. Giannis just won.
So the trade that I've been seeing out there, the best trade is like if Portland want to do it is him going to Golden State.
I think that's overkill. I don't think you need Curry and him. They'll be taking turns, and it ain't his squad. You got nothing to gain from that.
But it ain't talking about trading Clay. So you got Curry, him, and Clay.
That's what I'm saying. It's like
so they the package. They was like they could give up Wiseman and Wiggins, and they got 2 lottery picks.
Do Portland want that? I mean,
if you trade Dame, you rebuilding. You getting a number 2 pick in last year's draft in Wiseman, and then you got the number 7 and 11 or 13 this year, and you get either Wiggins for a year, and then he's coming off the books.
Okay, do you like that? I mean, Golden State going to be all right. That'd be a bunch of shooters, some play. I mean, the defense kind of weak now. Like you got 2 small guards.
Yeah, but I mean,
play at the 3.
What's the deep? Andrew Wiggins ain't the best lockdown defender. He's gotten better, but he's still
he was a very improved 2-way wing. He played good defense. I like having Wiggins. I like having Wiggins with Clay. I like the two
over having Dame with Clay.
Fit wise, yeah, but no, you can't give up that kind of talent. But fit wise, yeah, I think Clay with Wiggins and what you call him is good. You got two wings, two big guys out there. You got one small guy. They can shoot good enough. But yeah, you can't turn down Dame. I mean, if that trade comes, you got to take it. But I just don't see why they would do that. You think that's the number one spot he will go? For you think that's the best trade out there? Think he should go to the Warriors?
I don't know. Maybe if he could.
I think the 76ers is great.
Look, I was gonna say, but I don't think they would take Ben Simmons and stuff.
No, but see, you can say what trade makes sense to the other people. I'm talking about a good spot for him. I think if he go there with that,
a good spot. Him and look, a good spot. Come to LA, but
even if we go to LA and they don't win,
I also seen. I think Cowherd, was like trade Dame for PG, and have Dame and Kawhi together.
That'd be nice because Kawhi play off the ball. Dame had a little bit of clutch shooting and scoring, more consistency than Paul George played with.
Yeah, I think Philly, him and Embiid might be a better combo. Because Embiid, that's what Embiid missing, the point guard that will actually want to shoot the ball.
Yeah, scoring point guard where you got the big and that's the combination. Explosive guard and a big man that can score and Embiid play defense. I think that will put them in a real championship contention.
Yeah. So it's but. Miami?
I see what you're doing. Why you keep trying to move this man over to the East to get about y'all way so the Lakers can have an easier path? What you trying to do here, bro? You're trying to move everybody to the East now. You want the whole league out the East. Well, you want Kawhi to go to the Heat too?
Bro, no, everybody was running from the West when LeBron came. Your boy KD being number one.
He didn't even make the playoffs that year. What they running from him for? He wasn't even in the play. Oh, they won a Super Championship last year. Never mind.
Yeah.
When KD ran, though, he wasn't even in the play.
Yeah, it's a bunch to get in. Like I said, man, we appreciate everybody that's been tuning in. Because look, we talk about Lonzo might be going back to LA. Everybody gonna be rumored. Everybody gonna be rumored like, the Lakers is interested.
People going to LA. I see.
Hey,
Russell Westbrook following his wife and all that.
Hey, they said they got Westbrook potential. There's like Lakers interested in CP. Like I said, Lonzo. I would take Lonzo back.
Y'all got a lot of roster spots, don't you?
I'll take. I'm done with Schroeder. But I'll take Lonzo back.
Oh yeah, play 3 and D, and he could pass.
Yeah. His jumper got better. Huey Freeman, Kobe greater. Dame might go to the Warriors. That's what we was just discussing.
That'd be
nuts. Yeah, I don't know. I got a feeling he ain't going nowhere though.
Yeah, it seemed like one of them all fluff thing, or he'll get traded in the middle of the season once they let it play out, and then they might not play in it well.
He might look at it. He might look at it like, oh, Greek. Yeah, I know it's you, Mikey. That's my nephew that I told you that could shoot better than you.
Better than who?
You.
That's another court. You gonna lose. I show up to where y'all at, and we'll film it.
Nah, I'm telling you. Hey, but where was we at? What was we talking?
Dame Lillard might stay.
Oh yeah, like he might look at Greek winning it and be like, "Oh, I ain't got to go nowhere."
Yeah, then you got to be Greek though. You got to get that job done.
I know.
You got to get that job.
I know.
Yeah, see how fulfilling it is, and then if he's skipping when Greek kind of threw that little statement out there, that might be playing with people's heads now. You watering down the title before they even leave.
Yeah, you know they got these people. And before we get off, and like I said, and next week when we get in, we're gonna get into more stuff. But I know because you said I'm biased, and this is sports related. The new Space Jam. Did you watch it yet?
Where my gun?
you didn't
I don't
watch
want
it
to be on the
yet?
screen with you. I don't want to be on the screen with you while you're talking to Space Jam. Listen, I don't remember the old Space Jam. I'm a Michael Jordan guy. I don't remember the old Space Jam. I'm not that in tune with my childhood. Maybe it was a little traumatic. No, but I don't remember all of that. So I'm not looking at no kids movies. But when I get my son and we have a good sit down, or I'm chilling with my daughter, I might throw it on. But for right now, I have no interest. I don't know nothing about it. I ain't saying it's good or bad. I'm assuming it's a good cartoon that you can speak to it because I know you've seen it.
No, I thought it was a good movie. The ratings is terrible, but I guess the audience after they watch it and realize like, oh, and
I don't know why they were rated that hard. It's a cartoon movie for kids.
Yeah, because a lot of it is comparing it to the first one, and it like even you know when I talk to you, it's like oh, Space Jam 2. It's not a sequel like where they continuing on from it. You know, like it's not it's like two separate movies. That's why it's Space Jam New Legacy. It's just got the same characters.
You know, full new cartoon. Why it have to be Space Jam? Period. They was inviting the parallels, unless it's agenda based. You know
I mean,
conspiracy theory in me. I'm gonna go watch Space Jam now. I want to see what they're trying to tell us.
Yeah,
are they Mars on us? What they're trying to tell us.
Watch both of them. I mean, but I thought Don Cheadle was good. I don't know if he.
You know, I keep hyping up Don Cheadle performance in there, like he pulled the Washington at Training Day or something.
If y'all ain't watch it, like I said, a lot of people ain't watching. Spoiler, like he had the scene where he was like switching like coaching outfits. He was like Bob. What's the dude from Indiana?
Bob Knight.
Yeah, Bobby Knight. He had the red vest on, the red blazer, whatever on. He threw the chair. Then next thing you know, he came with the hoodie and the thing like he was Belichick.
First of all, you can't spoil alert. You can't spoil alert Space Jam. I don't think nobody holding on. Like don't tell me the movie. I don't think nobody cares. You can spoil. You can tell the end of that.
Hey, and then yeah, that's what my nephew said. The tunes still got the memory of the first Space Jam, but Don got the drip. But yeah, it's funny because they did, you know, they will reference the first one, you know, because it wasn't like so when they was like, oh, you know, Bugs Bunny come, oh, so NBA superstar needs the help of the tune to save the world. Oh, I've seen this before, like. You know, it sounds
the little spoof jokes.
Yeah, it sounds eerily familiar. And then the funny joint was, so they was down like 1,000 points at the half, and the cat Sylvester the cat goes, "Oh, I got something that's gonna help us. I found Michael Jordan in the crowd, because they had the crowd and stuff." And then he comes in. They get that, the old Chicago Bulls music, and then they show the figure coming through the crowd, and it's like, and now from the University of North Carolina, 6'6", Michael Jordan. Everybody stand up. LeBron standing, and he just looking, and then it's Michael B. Jordan.
Oh, Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah, LeBron goes, "You got Michael B. Jordan. Like that's not his airness." He said, "Oh, I thought it was. I thought he just aged gracefully." Yeah, he thought.
But you know what? I'm taking that laugh back. You ain't got me chuckling about no Space Jam. I don't want to hear about that. I ain't got nothing to do with that.
And then he told me. Then he goes. He said, "You got Michael B. Jordan. We couldn't even get Michael A. Jordan."
I apologize, fans. Don't Get Tricked podcast network and Showy the King versus Showydagreat Sports Pod. Leroy's a big fan, and we've been arguing. I've been cursing him out about his following of Space Jam 2.
Yeah,
Space Jam 2.
Because he's like, yo, you just come out in the group chat and give us a Space Jam reference.
Yeah, he's gonna come out of nowhere and text me about Space Jam 2. I don't know about those damn Space Jam.
And they think I'm biased because I'm a LeBron fan. That ain't true.
I told him if it was Paul George, he wouldn't have seen that movie if it was starring Paul George.
I would have.
He talking about he watched Cruella what you say? What's that nonsense? He started naming all the cartoons he watched over the years, trying to make it look like he had no special interest in Space Jam 2.
I watch movies, man. I watch movies, but nah, this was like I said, this is episode 2 of LA the King versus Showy the Great sports pod. You got any final words for the people out there?
Yeah, man. As y'all know, this the weakest time of sports in the world when the NBA Finals first end. But the news should be good. We should be hearing a lot about a lot of moves going on. Football's on the way. You got developments in college. You got the Olympics and everything coming in. So, it'll be a lot to report on. But as it goes, it's a couple of topics that me and him we've been real passionate about over the years. And I think we're going to outline them for next week so y'all can get a dose into how we be in the sports chat and how we be in our groups and stuff like that. So y'all get what y'all want to see. I'll tear them up in these arguments coming. I'll make sure probably the next show we do, we'll hit on these topics that we passionate about and get y'all all riled up. I want y'all to click in here and get in this argument with us, because the more people arguing in the crowd, the more people arguing with us, the better.
Yeah, I want my boy Brezhnev eBay to be to come on, and
I talked to him about it. He said he might be the Broussard. He said he might he's gonna pop in the middle of a career move and a housing move, but he said he might come on here and be the special Broussard who pops in on an episode or two.
I'm inviting anybody to come on, give us their point of view, because I'm right 99% of the time, but we here to debate y'all views too, and like I said, it's gonna be I get the government.
You don't know who after that, man.
Yeah, right. My bad. I apologize, but nah. Hey, come on, man, and debate this stuff. Like I said, like Show said, this. Luckily, the NBA season went further because NFL training camp open next week. So it's going right into it, where it's usually done by now, and then we got like that month where it's just nothing on. Like it's like, oh man,
sports stories.
Yeah, it's like, bruh. But NBA draft is next week. Then you're gonna start seeing moves because they got 3 months before they start back up. Actually no, 2 months, because they start September. So they got 2 months. The first preseason game is October 3rd. So NBA.
Damn, really?
Yeah, because remember this season went later because they started it later, and they made it shorter and stuff.
And football.
Yeah, and then the Lakers could get back to being in the championship.
Yeah, we got to end it on that note because Leroy's getting delirious. He's talking crazy. Lakers are done for unless they get Kevin Durant.
Yeah,
or they might get Steph. That's one of the guys the Lakers supposed to be getting.
Another one. Come on through, my guy. But yeah, like I said, we appreciate everybody tuning in. Don't Get Tricked Network presents LA the King versus Showy the Great Sports Pod episode 2. We got myself, LA the King, Showy the Great out here. And that's 2-0. That's a 2-0 me, man. Appreciate that support.
Don't lie to the American people. Catch y'all. Appreciate the support. Hey, if y'all want to win some money, showypicks.com.
Showy Picks, and we're gonna get into some gambling stuff too. Like I said, next week we're gonna outline more stuff, so it's structured better.
Next day, whatever, throw y'all a little freebies for support.
So we appreciate it, and we out. Peace.